Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle and this is Brampton Gardener. In today's episode we are going to be talking about growing mangoes from pits. Okay, so my mystery bag. I have video for this. These are the mango pits that I started. So I will show you the quick little clippity-doo-dah of how I did the mangoes. Alrighty, so I clean them off as best I can so we can see what we're doing here. Now, I watched a video. I'll post a link down below with the guy's video I watched. It was called Rob Backyard Gardener. So what he's saying is this fattier part up here is where the root is going to come out of. So what we need to do is we need to kind of clean this section off. I'm just going to back scrape it like this so we can see what we're working with. So, okay, so this is the spot here. We're going to want to just shave just a very, very sliver off of the edge of this shell, pit, whatever you want to call it. I keep saying shell because this whole process reminds me of cracking like an oyster or something, right? Okay, so we get that very, very shallow skim off there, and you see this? It kind of opens up. You can see the slit here. So you want to be very careful that you don't get your knife in any farther because you don't want to damage the little seed that's in there. So you just want to take your knife and just very carefully, hopefully this will be better. So I just scraped that part off. I'm just going to very careful because it is slippery, so be careful. And you're just going to want to barely kind of get it in there, and you can hear it. It's really a lot like shucking an oyster. Okay, so you just want to come down just so you're kind of opening that up. And then come along this side. Okay, ooh yeah, crack it. Alright, and then we're going to open it up, and there's our pit. Now see, this is, this one's really big. It's way bigger than the other one. That's crazy. Okay, so now we're going to try and get it out. There we go. So these are the three that I just did. That's the biggest, and this you can't tell by looking at the pit at all. I mean, well, this one was a bit thinner, but okay. So now you want to remove this kind of papery coating, but without damaging the seed at all. So that one, oh wow, that just peeled right off. That's beautiful. So you can see the little root. That's nice. All right, so we're gonna, there we go. That one's nice and clean. And we'll see if this one's gonna come clean. If not, he said you can kind of just let it sit out for a few minutes, but you don't want these to dry out at all, right? Because they've been in that really moist environment, and you want it to stay like that. But apparently these are really, really prone to molding, so you want to get off as much of this paper part as you can, because this is where it's more than likely going to mold. Alright, so I'm just going to keep peeling these off as gently as I can, and then I will show you how I'm going to get them to germinate. Okay, so according to the video, he recommends using the baggie method, but not paper towel, because paper towel is an organic matter and it can form mold, and apparently these are just super, super prone to mold. So what he does is he takes a long strip of saran wrap like this and made these little like nests. So we're just gonna roll it up. His were already wet, but I figured that would be really messy. So we are just gonna take them like this and then dunk them in our water mixture. So this is water. He uses distilled. I don't have distilled. I have filtered water, so I'm using filtered water with some hydrogen peroxide. So we're just going to dunk them in there. They'll hold some water because they have all these little pockets, so they'll stay nice and moist. Okay. So this one will be for the medium-sized one. So the root, he says, is going to come out of this kind of like fat end. So like right here where this is where the root and then the flower, they both kind of come out of that section. So you want to have it, this is how he does it. He kind of has it like this, so it sits like this. And then he uses the larger bags. I'm going to use this bag, and hopefully I don't have to change it to the larger bag. But we're just going to take them and set it in here. what we can grow and to have a nice tropical looking plant for the summer. If it works, then I will probably do a few of these every year just to put into planters or pots or whatever. So that's where we are today, Sunday, May 29th, I think it is. And apparently within about 4 days, we might start seeing some roots. And within about a week, we might be able to put these things into some soil. So wish me luck, and I'll see you later. And then I stuck them in these bags, and I brought them out, and I made sure that they got lots of air and all of that. And I mean, lots of heat and water in their little plastic baggies. And then I totally forgot about them until my live the other night, and we were talking about avocados and mangoes, and yeah, so this happened. So not only this is the root here, which is kind of weird looking, but this is the leaves. So this is my mango tree. It's all twisted up. So there's one. This one I don't think ever did anything. It just stayed. It was really small, really small to start with. So it didn't really do anything. That's all right. This one's got a tree going on there. So yeah, I think it did just fine. So my tip on growing mangoes from the pits, from the seeds, is just completely ignore them. Honestly, if I'd come in here and I kept thinking, oh, I should add some more water to the bags, they're looking a little dry. If I'd done anything like that, I probably would have killed them. So this one is like, that is impressive. It's been in the dark, so I am going to be very careful. I'm going to put these two in a pot. I'm going to find, I should have some pot with some soil that I can stick in, and I'll probably like put them under the table on the deck so that they stay in the shade for a while, because they have not been used to the shade or to the outdoor environment right now. So another thing I read was about humidity. So I think I'm going to take one of those, the lids that I use for the winter sowing container, and use that. Maybe I'll just use one of the winter sowing containers. I think that's what we're gonna do, right, Dex? Dex is in agreement. You wanna say hi? Okay, all right. It's like, you know I'm talking to the camera, right? You have to come say hi. No biting. There's no biting on the camera. No eating hair. You can say hi to everybody? Say hi. Okay, so I have my pot with some soil in it, and I'm going to be getting out my, I'm just gonna, it's new potting mix, and I did just kind of pre-moisten it, so I'm just gonna give it a mix. And then I have my 2 mango seeds. I just set them back in here earlier after I talked to you about them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set them in flat like this, and then that way they're kind of supported. The tree part can go up, and then the roots can do whatever the roots need to do. So I'm going to kind of put them both towards the center, because I want to put the little top on them, because I need to maintain the humidity that they had originally in the container. Dexter, what is it? Did you lose your ball? I'll get it for you in a minute, okay? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a little bit of the ground cover just to fill in the container so it looks nice, and the pot. Not sure how big these are going to end up getting at all, or if they're going to die on me right away. So I'm going to put, these are some alyssum that I have from the garden. Oh my God. What? I'm going to try and sit this on top of some of them. So that's going to help maintain a bit of humidity for the mangoes, because that's what the guy said is they need humidity. I mean, it's not perfectly sealed, but it's going to have a lot more humidity than it did before. And I'm actually probably going to just set it underneath this table so that it doesn't get a ton of full sun yet, because they've been in pitch black, right? They were inside this bowl in the bin, so they were in pitch black. So we're gonna just keep them down here. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep them down under the table there, and I'll keep you posted on how they do. I hope they don't die at some point. Maybe I hope we at least get some nice shrubbery off of them this year. I do not plan to ever see any mangoes off of this. They say that a mango tree takes about 7 years before it'll start producing, and there's no way on earth I could keep these alive for 7 years, taking in and out of the house over winter and all of that. It's just not going to happen. So it just kind of was a fun little experiment, and it'll be nice to have like you know, some tropical looking greenery in the containers. And if it's successful, then I will probably start doing some mango pits the next year, maybe around February, March, get them nice and big, and then I can plant them out and have them looking really nice in the pots, nice and big. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you hit like and subscribe and that notification bell so you can see how these little mango pits are doing in the future. And a quick shout out to my pals over at E3 Farmstead. Haven't seen them in a while. I know they're very busy, they've been moving and all of that, but we hope to see you back, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Right, so here it is, almost a week later. We're gonna check on this, see if it's alive still. Look at that. Here are my mango trees. Okay, tree might be a stretch. My mango plants.